All right, let's get into it. What if I told you the fastest way to financial freedom isn't quitting your job or launching some risky startup? What if the key to totally changing your career, and yeah, your bank account, is sitting right there inside the company you already work for? Today, we're going to break down a really powerful way to do exactly that. Look, let's just cut right to the chase. If you've ever felt underpaid, underappreciated, or just stuck, you know the feeling. We're always told to ask, how can I get the raise I deserve? But what if that whole feeling of frustration isn't about how hard you work, but about the fact you're asking the wrong question from the very beginning? So here's the fundamental problem, right? We're raised to believe that if we work hard and we're loyal, the reward should just follow. But when they don't, we get frustrated and confused. This is where we need a huge mindset shift, away from what we feel we're owed and toward understanding how a business actually works. And here it is. This is the big mindset shift. Your company is not your family. It's not bound by feelings or loyalty. It's a machine, a complex integrated system. And in this machine, every single person, from the top all the way down, is a gear designed to do one specific job. Okay, so let's pop the hood and take a look at this machine. If we can just set aside our feelings about what's fair, we can start to understand the cold, hard physics of the business. And once you understand how the machine is built, you can figure out how to master your place in it. So, what's this machine for? Well, it's brutally simple. Sustained profitability. That's it. Every team, every project, every single role is just a part that's supposed to help generate revenue and grow the wealth of its owners. The biggest thing to get here, it's not personal. It's just physics. Your value is measured by how much you contribute to that one goal, period. And this leads to two totally different ways of looking at the world, as you can see here. On the left, that's the employee's blueprint, the logic of entitlement. It's all about effort and personal needs. You know, I work so hard I deserve more money. But on the right, that's the employer's blueprint, the logic of investment. They see you as a component. It's this gear contributes X to our bottom line and costs Y. So, the machine measures every single gear on just two simple things. First, performance. Are you helping to make or save money? And second, cost. Is what we're paying you a logical price for that function? That's really it. It's not about your stress levels or how many hours you put in, it's just output versus input. And boom, here it is. This is the single idea that explains almost all the frustration we feel at work. That logical cost the company's thinking about, it has absolutely nothing to do with your rent, your car payment, or your family. It's based entirely on their financial model and what they think your job is worth to their profit. This disconnect is where all the conflict comes from. Okay, so we get it. The company's a machine. Now what? How do we actually use this to our advantage? It's time to go from just understanding the theory to actually using it to become an asset that the machine literally can't afford to lose. Think about it like this. A gear that doesn't quite fit right is a liability. It slows everything down, it adds costs, and you know what? It's easily replaced. But a perfect fit gear? Now that's a high-value asset. It's a critical piece that makes the whole machine run smoother and faster. And becoming that perfect fit gear is the only way you can confidently start demanding more. So how do you become that perfect fit? Well, this is where most of us get it wrong. We go for general self-development, picking up random skills or certifications that don't directly help in our current job. It's like a programmer taking a marketing course. It's a cool skill, but it doesn't make them a better programmer today. The real secret is precision development, mastering the exact skills that make you a better, more efficient gear right where you are. And this leads to a pretty counterintuitive secret about how people get promoted. We all think you get the certification, then you get the job. But in reality, it's often the exact opposite. Senior people get the promotion first, and then they get the certification to become a perfect fit for the role they're already in. They prove their value, get the role, and then perfect their fit. So how in the world do you figure out the exact specs for your gear? How are you supposed to know what skills to build with that kind of precision? Well, you stop guessing. It turns out there is one simple, incredibly powerful question you can ask that will give you the exact blueprint you need. And there it is. You walk up to your boss or the business owner and you ask them this directly. This one question just cuts through all the noise and the corporate jargon. It forces them to tell you exactly what they value, and their answer becomes your personal roadmap for the next 12 months. So that one question gives you the plan to increase your value and by extension your income. Awesome.
But a bigger paycheck is only half the puzzle. The second, and maybe even more important part, is turning that income into real, long-term wealth. And for that, we need something called the comfort money strategy.
The idea is so simple, but it flips everything on its head. See, most people get their paycheck, pay all their bills, and then just hope there's something left over to save. This strategy does the exact opposite. You figure out your savings and investment goals, and you pay that first. You pay your future self before you pay anyone else.
The easiest way to think about this is like how you plan your day. You don't plan to work for 24 hours straight, right? No, of course not. You automatically schedule in your rest, sleep, lunch, breaks. You secure your rest time first. The comfort money strategy just applies that exact same logic to your finances. Your savings are your financial rest. They are non-negotiable. You account for them before you figure out your work, which is all your expenses.
This completely changes how you negotiate your salary. You stop asking for just enough to survive. You start asking for enough to build your future. Step 1, figure out your living expenses. Step 2, decide on your comfort money goal for the year, the amount you're going to save and invest no matter what. Step 3, add them together. That total is your new minimum. Your future is baked right into the ask.
Let's make this real with a quick example. Let's say this guy Ahmed has a comfort money target of $1,000 for the year. Look at this table. Even with a pretty modest return, you can see the magic of compounding. By the second year, the profit from his investment has already more than doubled. It's like having a little wealth-building engine running for you 24/7 in the background.
Okay, let's bring it all home. These aren't two separate ideas. This is one complete system for building wealth right from your 9 to 5. You use gear theory to become indispensable so you can raise your income. And then you use the comfort money strategy to turn that higher income into actual wealth.
So what's the end game here? Well, when you combine these two strategies, you create this incredible flywheel for your career and your finances. You earn more without job hopping, you get insane job security because you're essential, and you build wealth methodically, putting yourself on the fast track to financial freedom, maybe years or even decades early.
And this is the ultimate transformation. You're no longer just a generic, replaceable part that can be swapped out. By carefully and precisely building yourself to the machine's exact needs, you become that custom-built component, that one special piece that the machine simply cannot run without.
So, when you boil it all down, here's the final takeaway. Your value isn't about the quantity of skills you have. It's about how perfectly your skills fit the specific space the machine needs you to fill. The moment you master the logic of the machine, you finally master your own value within it. And believe me, that changes everything.